Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Arcanox Games, and we're just going to continue our playthrough of Shadowrun Dragonfall. If you remember last week, we ended with getting this message from this phone booth about missions that we can do in other parts of the world, I guess. And we had a lot of exposition. There wasn't much action. We're still trying to find a melee weapon, so we can start using those skills. But, you know, it's still early game, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and click on the phone booth again, see if there's anything extra from it. Doubt it. But, yep, nothing there. So we're going to go ahead and walk away. Okay. So, hope everyone has had a good weekend, really. Alright, so a bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park. But the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. Frankenstein, monster-esque. Frankenstein was the creator. Gosh, game. Come on. Get these things right. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug, young orc appears on screen. Hello there. I'm Herbert Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Press the 1 key. Statue name. This is my tribute to victory. The victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from history trids as the Sigisal or Goldels. Let's find out about installation history. Isn't it obvious? The Sigisal, a monument to the hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits. So someone takes a lot of bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. I mean, what more is there to say? Oh, nothing else, I'm sure. About the artist. I am the visionary, Herbert Kunzel, from the Nundwimmer, and you might know me from... Okay, well, there isn't much I'm known for, yet. But I intend to change that. All art is born from misery, after all. I'm going to step away from the statue before it explodes or something. Because don't trust this Herbert Kunzel guy. Let's see what's over here, and then we're gonna look for basically somebody who can sell us some stuff. Maybe this person. They look to be in front of a shop. And then we're going to try and get on with the missions. So let's see. This elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated, as though it has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crook of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. Probably cybernetic in some... well, not cybernetic, but, you know, fake. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein friend. You here for some magic? Because Zack Flash, he gestures at himself with a dramatic flourish, is your magic man. I might be interested. Zack cocks his head and offers you a lopsided grin. Well then, I might be able to help you. He begins to twist a strand of his long, stringy hair around one of his spidery fingers. His smile remains fixed, a pearly crescent set into a face caked with grime. Let's see, don't leave me in suspense. What have you got? Or I'm interested in combat stims. I need an edge, not a high. Got anything along those lines? Yeah, let's go with the combat stims. Well, I've got some hyper, got some nitro, and some kamikaze somewhere around here too. But if you really want an edge, you need to get your hands on some flash. Flash. Never heard of it. Flash's grin broadens even further. His mouth is disturbingly large, and there's something menacing about the sight of those two white teeth. This is the real deal, chummer. A proprietary blend, designed and delivered by yours truly. Pharmaceutical-grade kamikaze cut with genuine spirit residue from the tier, and mixed with my secret blend of herbs and spices. Nothing can go wrong here if we take this. Nothing at all, I'm sure. He produces a small packet filled with iridescent purple granules from the pocket of his dirty jeans. dirty. You want to get high? Buy some Nova Coke and throw yourself a party, but if you want to soar, you get yourself some Flash. So you want to conduct a little business? Ask him about the bandages. Zack snorts out a short burst of laughter. He waggles his bandaged hands and however you say that word, his bandaged hands in front of you. Oh, these? Nothing much, chummer. Nothing much. Tussled with a spirit back in Amsterdam. You know, we elves are very spiritual people. Oh, come off it. Elves are not, on the whole, any more or less magical than anyone else. I am in a position to know, 'cause I'm an elf! Zack lets out a short, barking laugh. Oh, come on. Stop denying yourself. Embrace the power inside of you. You've got the mojo, just like me. Accept it. Flash lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Between you and me, my mojo is stronger than any corp wage mages. Take those rat scum punks as technology. They cast spells all day and all night, right? Fire this and lightning that. Just tossing them around like candy. Right. Well, me, I'm just doing my thing, not casting spells. I'm storing up my energy, saving it. Can you imagine how much magic I have? I don't think that's how it works, Zack. Trust me, friend. I have secret knowledge. He slowly turns his head from side to side to give you a good look at his upturned ears. Like I said, it's in the blood. I could examine his ears. I don't think he's actually an elf. He doesn't look like an elf. Elves usually have their skin's not stretched too far. Seems like he's trying too hard. He's not actually casting any magic, but I don't have any biotech skill, so I can't test that. So we're gonna go with fascinating. Well, I gotta run. Take care, Zack. I like this guy. He's funny, but I don't want to buy anything from him. I get the feeling that's going to turn very south. But, you know what, that might be fun. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do some business. Well, I am a businessman, and I suppose that you're a customer. Who am I to say no? So, you want to conduct a little business? I'm gonna ask him what the deal with the special concoction. Flash's grin broadens even further. His mouth is disturbingly large, and there's something menacing about the sight of those two white teeth. That's the second time the game's told me that. This is the real deal, chummer. A proprietary blend, designed and delivered by yours truly. Now I know this part already. Pharmaceutical-grade kamikaze cut with genuine spirit residue from the tier, and then mixed with my secret blends of herbs and spices. And then it shows him pulling out the thing again, which we already saw that. Let's see what he's got. Flash. So it gives you +2 movement and +2 AP for 1 round. Now, if I remember correctly, you can actually become addicted to these items. Now, I'm not going to buy this. It's way too expensive for how much Nuyen I have. It's a great, awesome thing, even if it is for only 1 round. Once I get some more money, I might. But you have to be careful, otherwise you start to take negatives if you're not using these drugs. I'm probably going to buy a kamikaze, just to have it for when I really, really need it. I'll go and buy a nitro too. I'll give it to one of my people that uses willpower, my mages. Although, you know what? Actually, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to get the kamikaze, but I'm going to save this in case I run into somebody who sells a melee weapon and it's more than 925 Nuyen. Alright, so we got that. Yay, I think. Maybe not. There's a cyber clinic. We should probably go check that out. We might be able to get some cybernetics, which would be really, really useful for us. We might even be able to get a arm blade, which would be awesome. Let's see what the Dr. Xavier Exkibel has to say. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly, and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. His glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. I'm going to step away and wait for him to finish. That is the polite thing to do, and I'm not trying to make any enemies. You step away from the doctor and wait for him to finish. Soon enough, he presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, a $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. Ding. He extends his hand to you. I am Dr. Xavier Exgabel, and your name is? Shakes his hand. Holo, a pleasure. Pleased to meet you, Holo. What can I do for you today? I need cyberware. I'm also going to need some medical supplies, but let's see how much cyberware costs. I'm guessing it's too much money. Yeah, these give some pretty good stuff, though. I don't need that. Oh, SmartLink weapons! Awesome. We will be getting some of those. SmartLink weapons basically connect to your your data jack and that sort of thing, and your vision enhancement. And basically, instead of actually aiming down the sight of a weapon, it overlays it onto your vision, and it makes it really, really awesome. It gives you bonuses to hit. It's super cool. Now, I don't want to spend this much money right now. We will come back and do this. Now, there is an important thing to this. You can't just buy the best ones and equip all of them. You have something called an essence cost. Essence is basically your humanity, or your metatype BNAD. It basically determines how much cyberware you can equip before you're no longer a person, before you're a robot. And I have 6 current essence, so the most I can go up to is 0.5, I believe, essence. I don't think I can go to 0. You might be able to in the game. But at that point, if I can't equip anymore, else I'm no longer a living being with free will. So it's very important to keep that in mind when you're deciding what cyberware to get and when, because some of the very expensive cyberware is very useful, but then you run into issues where you can't get any of the smaller stuff, or if you equip too much of the big ones. So we're going to have to be careful about that. See if there's anybody who's selling anything down here. I would like to get out of the city and start doing some stuff, but I really want a melee weapon. So let's see what this guy has to say. The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Taven Baxtel, Elf. I probably didn't say that right. You're here to conduct some business. If so, I welcome you to Medevac Arms and Ammunition! If not, keep right on walking. I have cash and I need weapons. Show me the goods. Alright, maybe he just sells guns, but I really hope he has a melee weapon in here. Yay! A katana! Oh, I don't have enough stuff to get a katana yet. So we're going to get a machete. It's only a little bit more damage with the katana, but it could do... These can do AP damage. That's awesome. So we're going to go ahead and buy a machete. Awesome. Might get some Secure Tech armor clothing. No, I need some medical supplies first. I need some health kits. So we're going to go ahead and go with the machete. Yay. Confirm that. And it's equipped. So, confirm. We're going to go ahead and head back to the cyberware guy because I forgot to buy the medical stuff. Partially because I wanted to find a machete first. Or some other weapon. Oh, the dog. My best friend. I wonder if he helps me in combat. I need medical supplies. Okay. This one... Okay, so they can automatically use it when they die. That's good. I should have one of those on each person. But don't have very much money, so we're going to buy these. Oops. Definitely going to buy all of the basic med kits that we can. So that's 200. So I can buy a couple of Bumonas. I can only buy one. So that's okay, though. We're going to go and buy that. I'd rather have it than not for if I go down. Cool. And that takes up all the rest of my item slots. Now, if I start to get too many items, they won't be available for quick use. They will be stored in my stash. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, I could have upgraded my shotgun also, but I'm not sure. Well, we're going to go with assault rifle here soon. So hopefully I'll get some money from this this mission over here. Now we found somebody to sell us stuff. Let's go ahead and head over there. We already talked to those guys. I think we've talked to everybody down here. Sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the Cafe Sezve. Wonder if they allow animals. I hope so. They do. Good. Alright, let's go talk to Jan before we talk to Altug. There could be something important that Jan or Jan has to say. Maybe Jan. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. Oh, never mind. I did that wrong. A deep, booming roar, dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for a soy calf, yes? It looks like he's going to cut me off. Yes, it certainly is beautiful, or every day is a fine day. Anyway, yes, it certainly is beautiful. From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeeper cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently, he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altug, mein friend. You are as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. I wouldn't mind. I bet you I'm going to get cut off by the shopkeeper again. Yeah. Once again, the shopkeeper cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist you with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? Something. Don't want to make the guy angry that we're wanting to get information from, so I'm just going to be done with it, even though I really like this guy. I don't want to make him mad. Goldsmith gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. This guy doesn't look quite as big as they say he does. He looks like a dwarf, but in the thing, and his picture does not look like he is overly fat. But whatever. Let's talk to Altug. The man behind the counter looks right past you and at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish, and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. I'm going to say soy calf black. I'm going to buy one. The Turk looks disgusted. Very well, a soy calf, he tisks to himself. Oh, well, that was pointless. The man behind the counter has the broad smile and open demeanor of a classic Turkish street vendor. Welcome, honored of Efendim. I believe that's elf. Welcome, and how can Burak Ghazi serve you today? You would like a cup of coffee, perhaps? I'm going to ask him about real coffee. Yes, for individuals of refined taste. I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks you in the eye. The tone of his voice grows low and serious. This is a top-shelf item, my friend, and not for the general public. Only for those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. I think I'm the sort who can appreciate it. Tell me about the Turkish coffee. That's it. I don't think I have enough money to buy it anymore, but we'll find out. It is handpicked by my family in Turkey. A true delicacy of the sixth world. This was considered a luxury even before the awakening, when bean coffee was everywhere. Every street corner, they say. It's pretty true. They're making fun of Starbucks. I bet you it's just soy calf and he's faking it. Burak Ghazi leans in close, lowering his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Long hours in the shop have perfumed his body with the commingled scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco. Trust me, if your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf, you must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. Alright, you sold me. How much? This is a specialty cup item delivered at some cost. I cannot part with it for any less than 50 new yen a cup. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm sure I'm getting ripped off here, but it's fun. Very good. Burak Ghazi hands you a ceramic travel cup, which he then fills to the brim with dark, streaming liquid. I got a mission item, actually. The scent is intoxicating. Is there anything more that I can get you? Paul Amsel sends his regards. This will start off the next part of the quest. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. He tells me you were developing the menu for a friend of his now. Herr Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. We're gonna go with this one because that's very cool. I picked up the slang and picked with it. Yes, yes, of course, a wise one. Kami, come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Burak Ghazi spits something out in a rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. She likes me. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative for your help. What is the trifle? We're doing him a favor because he's doing us a favor. Although he was paid to do this by Amsel. Go with that one. Of course, Erberkazi. So no problem at all. Altuk's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I've installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Cruise Bazaar. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. That's it? No catch? There is no catch, I assure you. It is time-consuming and a bit tedious. Nothing more. So great. Another milk run. Right. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow wires, or yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. Herr Amsel? I'm not sure how to say that, actually. I have to look that up. Alright. Here's the first one. Ah, I've seen these. The taps protocol buffer is now reset. I bet you this one is actually simple. It's a way to get people moving around the Kriz Bazaar. We did that already, so there's nobody really for us to talk to at this point, as there would be if we were doing this mission in order. But I like to explore and talk to people, so that's what we did. Where was that next one? I know I saw another one. There's the one that we already did. Which it was up here by the... You can actually see it kind of. Yep, there's one. Where's the next one? There it is. We'll go do that one because we're closer. Actually, it's probably about 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but still. Reset. And let's go do the last one. This person is having the BTLs. As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. I'm going to put the earplug in my ear. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out 2 distinct voices, a nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard, Monica, need to verify. Good for us. Oh. I sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery. You can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step? Wait, isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. Who steps up? Could be someone more. More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again, and it sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Silence. Her tone changes, becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. So it looks like they're communicating, but I can only hear one side of the conversation now. Probably a bug. She picked up the phone and she's talking on the phone instead of talking to somebody in person. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. Silence. What do you think I am? An idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. So these people must be behind what's going on. From my perspective, the Cruise Bazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the Flux sometimes. Are they related to the Flux group? You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything more. So that could be some very, very important information. Sorry about that, guys. Apparently I am dying. I'm gonna get a drink. Those could be the people behind setting up this job that got Monica killed. Whoever this council is, this could be some bad juju. Well, we went ahead and reset them all, so let's head back to the cafe. Maybe he'll know something about the conversation that we just overheard. Let's look at the menu board real fast. The special today is caramel soy calf. Alright, Altug, what do you gotta tell me? Altug smiles at you from behind the counter. Welcome back, honored Effendim. How may I serve you? I finished with your little trifle, Burek Ghazi. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties? I'm going to go ahead and tell him about the surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were. I would be surprised they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the Flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power, and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, Effendim, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Tadimer always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something might be important. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh ho! Tell me, O listener at Keyholes, what did you hear on this surveillance tap you found? I couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monica was out of the picture. The Turk's face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. These two are known to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machinery. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. I am very interested in this, so let me know what happens. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for Amsel, uncle. Kemi hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fräulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Burek Ghazi gives Kami a small nod, and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Air Amsel requires for our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. I'm going to hang on to that coffee, by the way. Since it said it was a mission item, I bet you I can do something with it. I wonder if I can give it to that one dude. Let's see. I like how there's no loading screens between the areas. Makes sense to have to go into a new building. It'll reload the map, but I like that there's no loading. Let's go back to the safe house. Wonder what these do. I guess you have to be a spirit dude to get into those. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn this in and see what happens. If everybody's gathered around now. Dietrich, Eager, Glory. I think I'm going to talk to them, see if there's anything new. I got nothing more to say, boss. Let's just get this run taken care of. You can hit me up again later if you want to talk. Yeah, it looks like it's all the same stuff. Let's talk to Paul. Holo. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Altig. He gave me this memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus, and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Breck Geisy's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of Kias called Dragonfall. The hotel is called Das Kasselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Dragonfall. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Geez, a factory. I wonder if that may be the same place that we were just listening in on. Recently there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Eager slings her rifle over his shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Gloria and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Eager. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You are an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. But I'm in charge! That said, we believe that Holo is the right choice to lead the team. There's a long pause before Eager speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand, Monica. Considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Eager speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge. Again. She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Holo is the reason we're still alive, Eager. He kept us together. He let us out of there in one piece. Making him your golden boy. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all, disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on his shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Eager's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips, and her face contorts with grief. Yeah, and look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages to smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Eager sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Holo, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather he take the lead, I'll abide by that, but I want to hear each of you say it. I have no quarrel with her. I don't want to egg her on at all. You stay out of this. She stabs an armored finger into your chest. Hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. Yeah, Dante! Go, dog! I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Holo saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but he did. The way I see it, that means I'd follow his lead a while longer. Gloria's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment. Therefore, I trust in Holo's judgment. The discussion is finished, Eager. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Holo will take Monika's place as the leader of this team. I have a few options here. Monika's death deserves vengeance. I intend to see it done. We're in over our heads, but whatever we stumbled in tonight, I'll see us through. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monika's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Eager. Or running the shadows is simple. Work, survive, get paid. I plan to keep us alive long enough to find a payday at the end of this tunnel. And great. Hey, Eager, could you grab me a soy calf? Not going with that one. I'm actually going to go with the one that it says I'll be willing to take her advice. Eager gives you a small nod. That's big of you. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante. Then she sighs. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. She nods again, more decisively this time. Holo takes the lead then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed. I have transferred the information that we received from Autuk to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monika's personal workstation, Holo. Now it is yours. Monika kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I was just reviewing her notes when you have the time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Drogenkip. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. Thanks for the tip, Eager. The U-Bahn it is. Eager nods, then turns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. Okay, so we're gonna... you now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits into the field. This can be purchased at the Street Dog's office in the Korea's Bazaar. Okay, that's good to know. If people die, they don't die for good. So that's very good to know. So, thank you guys all for tuning in today. We're gonna go and end the episode here. We're approaching we've actually gone over time, technically speaking, but we generally end up around 40 minutes with these. Couple of little notes. He Knows videos, him doing a run through of Psychonauts for He Knows Arcade, will be going up starting tomorrow on Tuesday, the whatever date that is. So keep that in mind, and feel free to check those out. And if you liked this episode, please subscribe. The link is below, and like us. And if you have any suggestions for what I'm doing with the game, things like that, if you have any tips, please comment below. And keep in mind that we do stream on Twitch. Hino and I both stream at least Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. If you would like to see more, I am actually starting a challenge. I'm going to be streaming every day for 1 year, with or without Hino. So if you'd like to come check those out, I'll be streaming every day. I haven't solidified the schedule yet, so please be patient for that. But I will be starting that, well, I guess tonight. So thank you so much again for tuning in, and good game and good night.